Hello and welcome to Literature with Sasha. If you are passionate about diving deep into the world of literature and want to understand the methods behind studying and analyzing literary works, you are in the right place. Today, we will explore the fascinating process of research methodology in English literature, from identifying the right topic to conducting close reading and analyzing literary text. So grab your favorite book and let's embark on journey. In this video, we discuss introduction, identifying the research topic, review of existing literature, research question or hypothesis, choosing the methodology, hypothesis, data collection, data analysis, interpretation and discussion, writing the research paper, review and revision, publication or presentation. Introduction. Research methodology in English literature is a structured approach to studying literary work, allowing scholars to uncover deeper meaning, analyze complex themes, and engaging with critical perspectives. Unlike casual reading, literary research involves a systematic process that begins with identifying a topic, reviewing existing literature, and formulating specific research questions. It requires the application of various analytical methods, from close reading and historical context to the use of literary theories like feminism, postcolonialism, and psychoanalysis. In this process, researchers critically examine text, integrate theoretical framework, and contribute to the ongoing academic conversation in the field. Whether you are writing an essay, conducting a thesis, or simply exploring literature, understanding the research methodology is key to produce meaningful and insightful analysis. Identifying the research topic. Selection of topic. The research process begins with identifying an area of interest in English literature. This could be a specific author, literary work, genre, period, themes, or literary theory. A good research topic is one that is both narrow enough to be manageable and broad enough to find sufficient educational material. Refining the topic. Once a broader topic is identified, it is important to refine it to a specific research question. This refinement ensures the researcher is focused and relevant. For example, instead of researching Shakespeare, you might narrow it down to the representation of power in Shakespeare Macbeth. Number 2. Review of existing literature. Literature review. This stage involves reviewing existing scholarly work that has addressed similar topics. It helps establish the theoretical framework, methodologies, and findings that previous scholars have presented. A comprehensive literature review will help identify gaps or unexplored areas in the research. Critical engagement. As you review literature, it is essential to engage critically with the source. This means analyzing their arguments, methodologies, and conclusions, identifying what has been well explored and where your research can contribute to something new. Number 3. Formulation of research questions or hypotheses. Research questions. These are specific focused questions that your research will answer. They guide the entire research process. For example, how do the concept of gender play a role in shaping the character of Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice? Hypothesis. In some studies, especially empirical and experimental research, a hypothesis is proposed. In literary studies, a hypothesis might be a proposed interpretation or argument based on existing theory. For instance, the tragic fate of the protagonist in Wuthering Heights is a result of the character's inability to escape societal norms. Number 4. Choosing the methodology. The methodology is the approach you use to analyze and interpret your primary text. Different approaches lead to different type of insights, and methodologies must align with your research questions. Close reading. A traditional method in literary analysis, this involves a detailed examination of the text itself. A close reading focuses on the language, structure, theme, and symbolism. The stylistic feature of a text. For example, close reading a poem would involve analyzing meter, rhyme, and diction to understand its deeper meaning. Historical and contextual analysis. In this approach, a literary text is examined in the context of the period in which it was written. Researchers explore how historical events, social norms, and cultural movement influence the text. Theoretical approach. The application of different literary theories is central in modern literary research. Common include feminist theory, explore dynamic and the representation of women in literature. Marxist theory analyze class struggle, economics, and social structure in the text. Psychoanalytic theory look at the character's unconscious desires, motives, and anxieties. Post colonial theory examine the impact of colonialism, race, and identity in literature. Comparative literature involves comparing the literary work across different cultures, language, and the time period to identify universal themes or distinct narrative techniques. Genre studies. Sometimes the research focuses on studying specific genre like tragedy, comedy, or the novel and identifying its feature, history, and development over time. Number 5. Data collection. Primary text. These are the original literary works that will form the basis of your analysis. This can include novel, plays, poems, short stories, and more. In some cases, primary text can also include unpublished manuscripts, letters, or diaries written by authors. Secondary sources. These are the scholarly materials that provide context, critiques, and commentary on the primary text. These includes academic journals, articles, books, and essays that discuss the literary works or relevant theoretical concepts. Number 6. Data analysis, textual analysis. This involves a detailed and systematic examination of text. Researchers often focuses on elements like narrative structure, point of view, themes, symbols, character development, and language. This goal is to provide insights into how these elements work together to convey meaning. Theoretical application. Depending on your methodologies, you may apply a particular literary theory to interpret the text. For example, if you are conducting a feminist analysis, you may examine how gender roles are constructed in the text and how these roles influence the characters and their interactions. Intersexuality. In some research, you may explore how different texts reference or influence one another. This can reveal how writers engage with the past works, traditions, or genre. Number 7. Interpretation and discussion. Building your argument. Based on your analysis, you will develop your argument or thesis. The argument is the central claim or interpretation you are making about the text, supported by evidence from the primary text and secondary sources. Contextualizing the argument. It is important to suit your argument within broader historical, cultural, or theoretical context. For example, if you are analyzing a post colonial novel, you may contextualize your finding in the framework of post colonial theory and discuss how the text reflects or challenges colonial narrative. Number 8. Writing the research paper. Introduction. The introduction sets up the context, defines the scope of research, and presents the research questions and objective. It also provides a brief overview of the paper's structure. Literature review. This section surveys existing research on the topic and demonstrates how your work contributed to the field. It identifies gaps and sets the theoretical groundwork for your study methodologies. Here you can explain the methods and approaches used in the research process. If you have used a theoretical framework, this is where you discuss it in detail. Analysis. The analysis section is where you present your finding based on your close reading and application of theory. This is the heart of your research paper. Conclusion. Summarize the key points of your analysis, reflect on the significance of your findings and suggested area for future research. Number 9. Review and revision. Draft review. After completing the first draft, you must review it for clarity, logical flow, and coherence. Check whether each section contributed to your central arguments and that your claims are well supported by evidence. Peer review. Often it's helpful to seek feedback from peers, mentors, or colleagues. They can provide a fresh perspective, catch errors you might have missed, and offer suggestions for improvement. Revisions. Based on feedback and your own reflection, revise the paper to improve its quality. This might involve organized sections, refining your argument, or clarifying difficult concepts. Number 10. Publication or presentation. Publishing your research. After completing the research paper, you might want to publish it in an academic journal or present it at a conference. Publishing allows you to share your insight with the academic community and contribute to ongoing scholarly conversations. Conferences and seminars. Presenting your research at academic events can provide valuable opportunities for feedback and networking with other scholars in the field of English literature. Conclusion. Research methodology in English literature is a repeatedly systematic process that involves selecting a research topic, reviewing existing literature, formulating research questions, applying theoretical frameworks, analyzing data, and writing a scholarly paper. Each step requires critical thinking and engagement with both primary and secondary sources, contributed to a deeper understanding of the literary text. Thanks for joining me on this literary journey. I hope this deep dive into research methodology in English literature has helped you understand how to approach your own studies and projects. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Literature with Sasha for more insights and tips on literary analysis, research, and more. Until next time, keep reading, keep thinking, and stay curious.